Alright, 2025 is over, so we've been streaming since May. I figured let's do it. Let's tier list out the glorious gaming activities that we experienced here in the last 6-ish months. Got them all set up here. I'm missing a couple of demos. I wasn't gonna look too hard into tabulating literally every single little thing and also finding a picture for it. That sounded awful for a tier list. But we got what we got. So you know what? Let's start out strong with the Umas. Let's start out strong with the Umas. We gotta put the Umas in the A tier. It's potentially terrible, but I love trash. But you know what? The fan base isn't ready to hear that yet. So Umas, A. A tier Umas. Let's see. We gotta be honest. Rumble Roses, it's an all-time fave. I don't care. I'll never apologize for that. When did I play City Skylines on stream? That was unhinged of me. You know what? City Skylines, we're gonna put in A, but we're gonna give a pointed look at B to remind them of all the mistakes of City Skylines too. That's what's happening here. Let's see. Oh, Red Strings Club. Oh my god. Played for the first time here on stream, but if that ain't immediately an all-time favorite, I don't know what is. I, finished it and immediately went and eBayed up, the fucking limited run edition and stuff. I've got one of the coasters from that sitting right next to me right now. Life-changing. One of the best to ever do it. Goddamn. I love that game. And I may love that game forever. Speaking of games I'll love forever, Final Fantasy 15. I only streamed that just the other day because World Dark. Boys on a Road Trip good. It's the greatest game ever made. I will not be answering any further questions at this time. Also fallen in the all-times, New Vegas. That's right, I'm a New Vegas gay. It's the best one. It's the best one. I'm gonna give this to Fallouts. Fallout 1 was a good game at the time. It has not aged well. Fallout 2 surprisingly held on. 2 is more playable than 1 in its current, existence. It's sure, it didn't exactly set up all of the same legacy, remember my name kind of stuff, but 2's more playable than 1 right now. 3's fine. I like 3 still. It's very Bethesda-y, but 3 exists in that very limited time where Bethesda is not a derogatory game method. New Vegas is peak. I love Obsidian. I think they do incredible work. Play Pentiment. I haven't played Avowed yet, but I'm sure it's great. I'll get around to it one of these days. Someday. Pillars of Eternity. You can even look at my Steam. I've got the Kickstarter backer achievement for Pillars of Eternity. I liked that a lot. Unfortunate transphobic joke from a Kickstarter supporter aside. I was not that Kickstarter supporter. Just to disclaim. Jesus Christ. I think they hemmed and hawed and wrung their hands a little too long before they fixed that, but it's still an incredible game. Josh Sawyer is my unofficial Midwestern dad, so it's fine. It can do whatever it wants. Alright, what we got? Oh, Ever 17. My wife doesn't want to hear it, but this is going in terrible, but I love trash. What a journey. What a journey. I'm making a tier list because I still don't want to edit the finale video of it. You know what? That's what I'm doing right here, right now. I am pre-recording a tier list because I don't want to edit that video. And that's why it's in terrible, but I love trash. Thanks, Ever17. Spy Fox Dry Cereal. I can't rank it at an all-time fave, because really I just like playing the Go Fish minigame in it, but I'll give it an A tier. I'll give it an A tier. Drill Land. Okay. You know, it's not my favorite Mr. Driller. I like how it has lots of different game modes, but that makes it feel like every single aspect of it is a little bit incomplete. So I'm actually going to put it in a B. I'm putting it in a B. Yoshi, the finest puzzle game available. I'm putting it in A. You know, maybe it would be all-time fave if it was the Game Boy version, which is completely indistinguishable from the NES version in all things except color, but you know what, the screen aspect ratio is a tiny bit different too, so you know, it's an A. The Game Boy version, it's an all-timer. Shivers. Okay, Shivers gets to go in the all-timer. I knew 2 was a little questionable socially, but I did not expect to be like, you know what, I'm actually uncomfortable with how racist this game feels now. But the first one, it's an all-time fave. Granted, I made a concerted effort to play a lot of my all-time favorites this year, so that category is going to be a little stacked. Such as, yeah, I don't know if you noticed from the hundreds of hours of Alan Wake content that I created across October, but I'm a little bit of an Alan Wake fan. Just a touch. A little bit. Just a little. Now, I'm not a crazy Alan Wake fan. I'm not glazing. American Nightmare, for instance, terrible. But I love trash. It's an awful game, but it's so much fun. It's so goofy. Everything about it is weird. And I love that. I love that for them. I love that for them. All right. Speaking of, let's rank the room games. I couldn't find a thumbnail for the first one. The first one I'm gonna put in A. I think I'm actually missing it for the fourth one too. The second one? No, you know what? The first one I would put in B. The second one I'm gonna put in A. But the third one, oh, the tediousness. It's like I want to put it in a C because I love the franchise, but I'm putting the Room 3 in Never Again. The clock and the repetition to do the endings managed to tank the whole game. It managed to tank the whole goddamn game. We hate it. We hate it. Let's see. Final Fantasy XIV. Obviously that's an all-time fave. Let's see. Okay, the first puzzle agent, all-timer. The second puzzle agent, I'm actually only going to put in A. It's not as good. It's not as good. It's like the first game wore the Twin Peaks influence on its sleeve, but the Puzzle Agent 2 Twin Peaks like references instead decided to like rub your face in it like you're like a dog who pissed on the carpet. It goes a little too heavy-handed. The puzzles aren't quite as fun. They're a little easier, which like, come on. It's the demo. It's the sequel. We can pick up the difficulty a little bit. We don't got to draw it back. Come on now. Oh, let's see. Fractured Shimmer. This was the really Resident Evil-y, like, 16-bit demo, so I don't know that I'll play it, but I'll bully my wife until she plays it, so we're putting it in demo but hype. Anarcute was okay. It was fun for, like, a stream, so we'll put it in C tier. That'll inaugurate our C tier. I'm gonna need to think about the dot hacks. Dear Esther, all-time fave. I love that game so much. It's stupid. I love that game so much, it's stupid. Darkest Dungeon. This was a lot of fun. I'll play this again. But I haven't felt like immediately dropping back to it, so I'm tempted to put it in a B. Because it's my style, but something about it didn't completely click enough to get me back into it yet. And usually I got that real hyperfixation kind of autism. So, who knows? We'll do this again next year, and maybe I'll go back to it and it'll rank higher next year. We'll see. We'll see. I love Donut County. It's so millennial. And I am additionally deeply millennial. I have heckened more than once Pupper in my time. I feel like it falls in a great length. It falls in a high playability. Where there are puzzles, they're low-key enough that you don't gotta worry about them, but they're fun to achieve. We'll put it in the A. I adore Oxenfree. It's not an all-time fave, but I think it does really good things. See, but it's got the weird sequel problem. I did not actually like Oxenfree 2. I know I shouldn't let that affect how I feel about, like, a completely different game. But it's very like, is this what you intended the whole time? Is this what you were trying to get me to want? I don't know. You know, I'll put it in A. But just know that the sequel is down here and never again. I mean, it wasn't technically a demo, but I only played, like, 2-3 rounds of it. So, I'm gonna put it in B. I'm gonna put it in a B. You know, I was about to put it in demo but hype, but I was like, am I hyped though? Not really. Demos that have me hyped though, Radada. I know the whole game's out, but I haven't played it yet, so boom, boom, boom. Demos I did not enjoy, Legend of Komori. That was disappointing. I was really excited for that, and then it was bad. Oh, sorry. Oh. Okay. I guess if that's what we're doing. Heartworm, though? Heartworm I'm gonna play. Soon as that's out. Yeah, now that's like demo but hype number 1. That's demo but hype number 1. Hell yeah. Yeah, Possessors also was demo but hype. I'm making my wife play it. You know. She hasn't gone much further than the demo went yet, so I haven't got to see a whole lot more, but I like it. You know, I hope they smooch. And maybe if they do, I'll write nasty fanfic about them. Maybe if they don't, I'll write nasty fanfic about them. Anything could happen. Alright, what else we got? Monster Prom, terrible but trash. See, that was like... That started entering into the millennial derogatory kind of humor, but it was fun to play with my wife, so terrible, but I love trash. Little Goody Two Shoes. This was actually surprising. It was like, okay, I understand why it's a cult classic, because incredible, great game, much more difficult than I thought it would be. Art style, A+. I had a ton of fun playing this one. The voice acting could grate a little bit. You just had voice clips, and they were a little sometimes. Elise! Okay, I get it. Thank you. So that's going to keep it out of the all-time faves, but we're going to put it in the A tier. It's going into the A tier. Yeah. It's going into the A tier for sure. It was a very early series we did, but I liked it a lot. Alright. What else do we got? Assemble with Care. You know, it's stylish. It's brief, so I was like, it's a great stream game. But I also find it kind of boring. So we're putting it in the C. Tiny Glade is like a nothing burger of a game. So we're gonna put it in B. It's there to make a pretty thing and look at it for a while. Dystopica's in the same kind of category of, here's a game. It's not a game, but it's like a build your own screensaver situation. That doesn't mean I'm not really into it though, but I'm still gonna have to put it in a B. We only played the demo of the new version of Off. It's off, it goes officially in hype. I've got the physical version on order, but who knows when it's actually going to ship and arrive. Yay! I actually bought it on Steam too, so I could play it whenever I want, but I'm busy at approximately all hours of the day, so that's that. That's that. Nubby's Number Factory, All-Timer. You know, I say all-timer, but I don't really mean all-timer, but come on, it's Nubby. It's a solid A. We'll put it right next to the ponies, even. That's the level of A it's achieved. World of Horror. It's really more my wife's thing, but she was like, play World of Horror, please? And I can't say no to my wife. B tier. Hypnospace. Ah, that's a good game. I mean, I want to rank it an A right now, but I don't know if I'm a little biased because we've been watching a lot of playthroughs of No Players Left Online, and it's very Hypnospace adjacent, but it's a little bit more in the dead wife category, so it's a little, oh. Well, if it's not an indie movie wife, but now she's in a video game. And then I'm like, it's just Hypnospace, but hot dad's not there. Like, I feel like in my heart of hearts I want to put Hypnospace in a B, but I've been thinking of it so fondly over the last few days because of, like, similar games that I'm like, it's an A tier game. Ooh, we're gonna give it A tier, because you know what? Now I'm reflecting on the visuals. It really made you feel something for a lot of the characters, despite never really showing, like, any of them to you. And, like, that hits. That hits. You know what? As a LiveJournal kid who has never met, like, half their best friends in person, I only met, oh my god, I have 2 friends who've been my friends for, like, 20 years. I ain't even shitting you, like 20 years. I had spoken to one of them on the phone back there like 20 years ago, but I only met them in person in like 2023 after like 20 plus years of friendship. So you know what? Hypnospace gets to go in an A tier because deeply feeling connected to people you have never actually seen the face of, that hits. Alright. Here, let's rank Coffee Talk so we can rank some Frog Detectives together. I really liked the first Coffee Talk. I'm gonna put it in a B because they don't appear to know anything about Seattle, and so that was a little distracting, but, you know, that's a Seattle-only problem. If you are Seattle enough to be really distracted by why the fuck is the Space Needle so tall, and joke's on you, there's not a single business open past 9 p.m. in this town, you know, you'll enjoy it more than I did. I enjoyed it a lot. You know what? B is not a bad tier. You're here with Darkest Dungeon and World of Horror. Like, you know, it's a solid category. I'm not saying anything's bad until it's down in the never again category. This was a super fun demo. I really liked the really unique, like, movement style where you had to set bombs and, like, propel yourself via explosion each given way. That was a ton of fun. And, you know, it wasn't the most unique art style as far as, like, that kind of platforming goes, but, you know, the colors were nice and I'm very simple. Alright, the Frog Detectives. The Frog Detectives. The Frog Detectives go like so. Frog Detective 3, A tier. Frog Detective 1, C tier. Frog Detective 2, B tier. The franchise just improves as it goes. It's just like, oh, this is cute and fun. And then it's like, oh, this is cute and fun. And then, like, boom, suddenly you're in Frog Detective 3, and you're going around your scooter, and you're the sheriff eventually, and the characters just, oh, Frog Detective 3 is so good. The other one's good. Frog Detective 1, like, I think if you played in isolation, it truly is just a C-tier game. But it's like, because you know that there's the two others, it's like, yes, Frog Detective. Frog Detective 3 is truly the best one. I guess that also is the game lengths. Coincidence? I don't know. Maybe Frog Detective just needs more time to cook. So the last and the longest game. Absolute A tier. Oh, Winter Burrow, I've really been enjoying. Winter Burrow, so that gets to go. Sea Fantasy, C tier. C for C. That was weird. And it's like, it wasn't even weird enough to dip down into the terrible but I love trash category. It was just weird. It was very grindy. Grindiness is actually what keeps it down here. The weird was nice and unique, and I enjoyed it. But it was a difficult stream too, because it was like, okay, so I'm either gonna have to take my time off stream to grind, or I'm gonna have to stream grinding. None of these are a particularly thrilling sounding option to embark upon. No thank you. C tier. I'm also going to give the Sucker for Love sequel down in C tier. I liked it. You know, I can't be mad about a big titty goat mommy. But that doesn't mean I'll ever play it again. It was kind of expected it would land there. I wasn't so into the Cthulhu version either, but I was willing to give it a chance. Komodo Mahjong, A tier. Best Mahjong tutorial. Incredible Mahjong tutorial. And now I play Mahjong. Sorry we're closed. Fucking all-time fave. I've got a t-shirt of the Duchess coming in the mail tomorrow from the Yeti. No regrets. No regrets. Hemming and hawing over getting my hands on the vinyl of the soundtrack. All time. All time. All time. Beautiful Centaur Man is there. The Duchess is there. I love Michelle as a hero. Everything was great. Everything great. Denshi Days. This was a cute demo we played. It was like if one of the Japanese, like, hamster Game Boy games managed to fuse with Yokai Watch and become a cute little game demo. I'm gonna put it in B. I'm not gonna jump to play it, so it's not going to the demo but hype. But, like, if I see it get good reviews, or if I see someone I know mention it and say it's good, I'll go back to it eventually. We'll see. We'll see. Speaking of demos I'll never go back to. Habromania. No. No. See, Habromania had me. It was great. I love a classic point and click. I love Alice in Wonderland. I love bad horror games. I love funny horror games. I am the audience for Habromania. But man, the hard Kickstarter sell at the end of it, and then the, like, 7-year development timeline, like, forward from this demo release. Oh, that soured me to it so badly. I wish it hadn't. Like, I wish I could be excited for Habromania, but I can't. It is what it is. Alright, Easy Delivery Co. Oh, this was so chill and so fun. This is going in A tier. This is going in A tier easy. I feel like maybe I was kind of boring streaming it because it was, like, so relaxing. I was like, I just want to lean back and, like, drive around for the rest of the day. I don't want to talk. I don't want to entertain. I just want to drive in the snow and have a good time. Hell yeah. Hot on chill experiences. We had Wander Stop. I really did like Wander Stop. I really like what it was going for. Where it really is, it's just something that you can just kind of play in more of a meditative state. Just pick it up, play enough to calm down, set it back down. That's nice. It's not my style of relaxation, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. But I really did like it a lot. While waiting, this surprised me. This was quite good. I'm still gonna put it in B tier because a lot of the puzzle solutions were a little esoteric and that made it a little, like, frustrating. But that I was surprised by. I only intended to play, like, an hour of it, but instead, like, I just marathoned through the whole thing, and it was a lot of fun. I liked it a lot. I'm not actually a Shump person, so it's not Burst Fighter's fault that it's going in C. It was fun. It was a lot of fun for, like, a shoot 'em up, but yeah, they're not really usually my style of game. You can tell, it's the only one in this whole list. So it's going in C, but that's not its fault. Monster Hunter Rise. Obviously, it's an all-timer. Did you know? Did you know that I am a Monster Hunter mega fan, but I don't like World and Wilds. I don't like them. I don't like the, like, weird, hyper-realistic, gritty Monster Hunters. They're very strange to me. I like the colorful ones. I like the colorful ones. I loved every single 3DS one. I loved all the PSP ones from Freedom Forward. Ugh. Well, no, okay, this is my actual problem. It's like, if a Monster Hunter is built for handhelds, I love it, intrinsically. All the PSP ones, all the 3DS ones, and Rise. Technically the Switch one. I have simply never hooked up my Switch to a television. But I don't like any of the Monster Hunters designed for consoles. I don't really like the first one. Nobody likes DOS, so that's hardly, like, surprising. I don't really like Tri. Like, when they ported Tri over to, like, other things, I gave it a bit more of a go, but, like, I don't like it on the Wii. It was okay on the Wii U. I don't know why that was any different. Maybe it was just because I was really hungry for a Monster Hunter at the time. And yeah, and I don't like World and I don't like Wilds. For some reason, the ones designed to play on big screen, no likey. Ones designed to play on little screen, A+. I don't know what it is. But that's how Monster Hunters pan out for me. Somehow. Alan Wake 2, all-timer, all-time. Here, we'll put it right next. Put it right next. I feel like that was one of the greatest games ever made. It's one of the greatest games ever made. I won't apologize for that. Spirity, never again. Never again. The stink of, I'm a white guy who saw a lot of Studio Ghibli movies. All over it. Tedious. Boring. Didn't like it. At all. Never again. I'm sorry, made 2000? It's a simple 2000 game. It's terrible. But I love trash. Children of Clay. Man, how do you make a 10-minute game that I'm, like, putting right there, right at the top of the all-time faves? Holy crap, that might be the best, like, horror experience of the year. That was incredible. Incredible. Alright. Do we have all our dot hacks together yet? Alright, we got all our dot hacks together. Are we gonna give this the frog? Do we go give this the frog treatment? Oh, here, sticky business, never again. Who are you? Never again. Don't watch. Terrible, but I love trash. Okay. Oh wait, demo but hype. It comes out in just a couple more days. You know we're gonna play Unbeatable. Alright, now we got our dot hacks. So, the first one, we gotta give it an A because it sets the stage. You know what? It gives us Haseo, the dweeb. It sets it all up. We're gonna give it an A tier. 2, it's middle. It's middle of the trilogy syndrome. It's middle of the trilogy syndrome. We're dropping it into C. My wife, scandalized, loves Entrance. Will never forgive me for this, but that's where it goes. But the third one we're gonna put back up in A. Once you start, like, with the new form, when you start really, like, getting to hang out with Silkova and stuff, when you start getting to do all the, like, extra content at the end, really shines as a PS2 RPG when you get to the third one. A+. This game will end 205 clicks. Absolute A tier. I'm not gonna put it up in all-timer, but I love Royal. It's an A tier game forever. Herdlane. Herdlane was a fun little demo. I'm not willing to put it in hype, but I think part of that is it's just not quite my style of game. See, if Legend of Kimori had just a little bit more in common with Herdlane, if it had been a little more open about, like, putting fun into the mechanics, that was a weird way to put it. There's some juice to Herdlane, and I'm not sure that it's a flavor of juice I like, but, you know, it's a solid apple, so we're gonna put it in C. The arcade stadiums, it's a bunch of arcade games. It's fine. You know, you can't really give it any less than a B tier. I do love Theater Rhythm. I love Final Fantasy music. It's the truth. I know that's shocking to a lot of people. As we listen to a playlist that's like half Final Fantasy music, but it's true. I'm a little bit of a fan of Final Fantasy. Especially the music. We're gonna have to put Theater Rhythm in A. Fields of Mystria, it's got the juice. It's an all-timer. Blueprints, I don't think it's a controversial thing to put it up in the all-timer. Loop Error, this like went from demo but hype to full game came out to a solid A tier. Solid A tier. I had a ton of fun playing that. It was short, it was poignant, it did everything it had to do. Coffee Talk Episode 2. So this was Hibiscus and Butterfly. So this was with the, like, Banshee lady. I'm so torn. It's like, sometimes I feel like I liked it more than the first. Sometimes I feel like I liked it the same amount as first. So we'll just put them together into B tier. I feel like I liked it more, but it was definitely like, I don't know. It's hard to describe. We'll put them together. I love Cast and Chill. It's so fun. See, like, where did I put Wander Stop? Where'd you land? I don't know. Wherever I put Wander Stop. Cast and Chill fills that pick it up, put it down. Yeah, there it is. You know, Wander Stop is down here in B tier. But Cast and Chill is what Wander Stop wears on its sleeve wanting to be to me. If I just want something more meditative that I can just spend a couple minutes with and then put back down immediately, that's where Cast and Chill is for me. It's got a little 16-bit dog I can pet. It's weirdly realistic with the way the fish are. The fish habitats are very realistic. So it feels very, like, natural as somebody who, like, went a lot of fishing with my dad, like, as a kid, to be like, oh, you know, this is where I'm gonna find bass and when. This is where I'm gonna find trout and when. Like, when I say I came from a fishing family, I mean that my nickname as a child was Salmon due to a convoluted kokanee salmon pun. We spent a lot of time. Sometimes I'm like, damn, I want to recapture my childhood nostalgia. What if I took up fly tying? I did not come from a normal family. I guess I did. I came from a normal redneck family. A 2-point museum. Oh my god. I've been a 2-point fan since Hospital, but museum has, like, we've gotten the fantasy and the zoo DLCs now, and both of those have elevated it so far. It's so good. It's like, I put a lot of hours into Hospital. Like, as a kid, tons of time into Hospital. you know, when Campus came out recently, I put a decent amount of time into that, but oh my god, the amount of time I've put into Museum has been, like, wild. It took a hold of my soul. And yeah, the DLCs have just improved that. The fantasy DLCs, I would play that on its own as, like, a whole game. But, like, it's so fun then being able to mix and match the exhibits together. Like, I'm having a lot of fun mixing the prehistory exhibits in with the zoo exhibits. Because you can kind of, like, get them a little bit together. And you can really kind of, like, curate your own theme, which is a lot of fun, like, as a museum. So that goes directly into all-time. Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Me and my bucket, we're going in the all-timer. Again, not a controversial choice, but the one I'm making. Cage of Roses is one of my favorite visual novels. You know, it's Ebihime. Of course it's a solid visual novel. You know, they're not the most gameplay heavy, so I guess I'll actually drop it into B. As established, B is a perfectly fine ranking to have on this list. These are all great games. But yeah, I'll put it down there since it's not... There's no paths. It's truly a visual novel. The end. I mean, granted, you know, same with, like, game will end in 205 clicks. That doesn't really have, like, paths. But it does have dialogue options and stuff. You can see some different things, so... Yeah. But either way, Cage of Roses is great. We'll probably play more Ebihime visual novels next year. Okay. Against the Storm and Whiskerwood have ended up here together because these are the same game. Whiskerwood is clearly and distinctly Against the Storm inspired. But now the controversial part. Against the Storm is a great little city builder. We're gonna put it in B tier, and we're gonna put Whiskerwood in A. Whiskerwood, with the, like, monarchy system, it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. The storm seasons are really cool. I really love that as a system, but I don't know, you know, something got me. You know, that little bit of American pride left behind. I'm like, yeah, revolution. Let's go, little Meesers. Let's go. So yeah, I don't know. Plus, Against the Storm Beavers, super cute. Whiskerwood mice, the cutest. As previously established, I'm a Redwall girly. Whiskerworld, little bit better than Against the Storm, despite copying all its homework. Alright. So yeah, you know, we've definitely missed a few things that we played. Like the Room 4, I didn't have a picture for. That I'm gonna put up in A tier as well. I feel like 2 and 4 were definitely the best games of the room. Whoa. Well, there we go. That is everything we've played since May. Jesus. And it's not even everything. This is a lot more than I thought there was, in fact. It's good times, though. Well, here's to 2026, and seeing what we're gonna go through then. Yay!